Hey Joe, how once again for the Boxing Voice. Pleased to be joined this time by Ashley Theopane. How are you, Ashley?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great, my man.
Good stuff. Last time when we spoke earlier on, obviously the internet connection was a bit poor, but
Yeah.
you were in the gym sparring. How did that go?
Yeah, it went well. It was very good. I've one thing I've been sparring with a lot of these young guys because then they bring the heat. They're trying to prove themselves. They're in the ring with me because I've achieved a lot. So it's been good. You know what I mean? Some of them have done better than others, but it's good. It keeps me on my toes. So yeah, the next generation.
Good stuff. I mean, you've got a massive fight coming up yourself with Sam Eggington.
Yeah.
Next week, isn't it? 11th of December?
Yes, Friday.
Yeah, so what kind of stuff have you been doing? Have you been studying Sam? Did you watch his last fight with with Cheeseman?
I haven't. I've watched Sam once when he beat Paulie. Like I think that was 3 years ago. So I haven't watched Sam since. I've been told that he comes at you to fight, to war. So just kind of preparing for that. Really, there's no point me to watch him like to see what he does because at the end of the day, one, I got to be the best that I can be. And he fights the way that he fights. So I can't change the way that he fights or whatever it is. So for me, it's just to be the best me that I can be. I fought a lot of Mexicans and they are the best at doing what he's doing. So he's basically going to be doing that, just coming at me, swinging. So as long as I'm in good enough shape, as long as I'm strong enough to stand there with him, whatever it is, if I have to stand there, if I have to box, whatever. So for me, it's just I've been sparring with a lot of guys who kind of do both, and so it's been good. But I'll watch some fights of Sam the week of the fight because I don't like to watch too much of the guys beforehand because then my brain is on them and I don't want to think about him until the week of the fight.
Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? Because then you're focused on what.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, let's talk about another thing which is really fascinating as well. Your book.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest with you, I haven't read it yet. I've just
That's cool.
With Eddie Hearn's book a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
My intention is to read yours next because it's another.
You bought Hearn's book before you bought my book. What can you learn from Hearn? What can you learn from Hearn? His dad gave him the blueprint. There's nothing to learn from that. So my book, Raised by the Hood, this is someone who came up the hard way, wasn't spoon-fed, and made his way from the gritty streets of London to the glitz of Vegas with Floyd. So this book here is a good book to buy. But buy Hearn's as well. Buy both of us.
100%. I am going to be reading yours next because one of my sort of journalist friends, he recommended it as well.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
I'm going to be reading that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, sum up your story to people that don't know. You left London, you went to America, you've had a Mayweather gym as well, you've had a fantastic career. So was it always the intention to write a book as well, Ashley? I mean, how did it come to head?
All right. So this is how we start. As a child, like 12 years old or whatever it was, I was a fan of Adrian Mole, the Diaries of Adrian Mole. I don't know if you're old enough to remember them.
Yeah.
Yes. So I bought all of them as a child. So when I read them, I started to do that myself, just write what I was doing in the day. So when I went to the USA in 2005, I started to write about how I felt in the gym at the time, being in New York. So it was weird. I would be in camp with guys, and then they would see me at the end of the day, just have my little pad and making notes. They'd be like, "What are you doing?" Saying, "I'm just saying about the day." So when I became British champion, I had wrote stuff there during camp. Then when I went over to Floyd's gym, the first day there, I was doing that. So throughout my whole camps, throughout my career, I was doing that. So the book's a bit long, But the first half of the book is me. I chat about my childhood, my teenage years when I used to be doing crime and stuff. Then I went to jail. I changed my life. Said I was gonna just box, and then that's when you start to see that I write about, like, but I start to do the diaries, like from when I go to New York. So then it goes from there. So when I was with Floyd for 5 years, most of it was good, but some of it was bad, and then I would write about it. And so it's kind of a cool, I think it's a cool book to read, because you see how I felt like when I was trying to get onto the team, and I was just trying to spar who's who in the gym, and I'm trying to get word to Floyd that I'm trying to get on the gym and what I'm doing in the gym. So I think it's a good book for fans. I think it's a good book for guys who actually fight and they're on their grind, because it kind of shows that against the odds, you can kind of achieve your goals and stuff.
No, brilliant. And, you know, who knows, there could be a movie as well, you know?
You never know. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, that'll be great. I mean, other boxing books have been turned into movies.
Yeah, it has. And if you do read the book, you will see my teenage years, I was very, very wild. Like, I used to go to the gym with a bulletproof vest on, because some of the guys who I hanged with had killed guys, and if they couldn't get them, they said that they was gonna kill me. So then my friend said, Ash, like, you should wear this vest because you're nothing to do with it, but they might try to get at you if they can't get at us. So guys in the gym would see me like wearing a vest to come to the gym. They'd be like, what the fuck's going on in your life? Yeah. So it's kind of crazy that you see me as a teenager where wild stuff was going on, then I go to jail, then I come out, and then I say I'm just stay on my own and pursue this sport because I believe I can do well in this sport. And then I didn't get signed here, so it's kind of weird. I didn't get signed here. I was a free agent for 10 years, and to think that I still went on to be British champion. I still beat the world #3 in the USA. I still beat Chop Chop. So I fought all these named guys, and I wasn't even signed. You know what I mean? So it's I think it's a good book for like those guys on the small hall, because that's why I like to go to York Hall, because majority of these guys will never even be British champion. Even to be British champion from when you start at the small hall is a very big deal. And that's why I like to go there, because it reminds me of my dreams as a child, wanting, you know, to achieve my goals, to like try to be a champion.
Yeah, and another way you're giving back as well is through the Gloves Up campaign as well, aren't you?
Oh yeah, so like Gloves Up has been going on for a while. This is it's a great thing what they are doing. As well as that, this is why I wanted to get my book out, because the background that I come from, I was once one of those kids who maybe just thought that the street life was all I could ever be. They didn't care about us. Like, I don't care. Like, I thought I wouldn't get to see the age I am now. I thought I would be dead or in jail. And I was fine with that. I was like, I'm going to live my life. I'm going to have fun. It is what it is. And a lot of them, they probably think the same way. That's why a lot of them die and a lot of them are in jail. So it's a sad thing that 25 years ago, I was once like them, and the same issues are still going on now. So what Gloves Up are doing is great, but I wish that there would be more help from the people in charge, like Boris and them. I wish that they would endorse us more, like what this sport can do, because this sport does so much greatness for kids. You just have to look at AJ. AJ was once on the wrong side of the tracks, and look at him now. So that's because of this sport. So and now he inspires millions of kids. So it just shows the great thing that this sport does.
Yeah, and it was a shame as well with the government sort of side not
as
much, or even sports like football, to be fair, because I think they're back. Was it rugby and horse racing in the end, which was a bit.
Yeah, it's all bullshit. Yeah, like rich people can do these sports. Rich people don't need help. poor people need help. Kids from hard backgrounds need help. That's why you have Marcus doing trying to feed the kids, because the kids from those kind of things, they need support and help. So it's a shame that they just want to try to help each other, to help their friends or whatever it is, because people from my kind of upbringing, they need help too.
Yeah, no, fair shout there, actually. Going on to a big fight that's going to be happening on the weekend, one of your former foes, Danny Garcia. It's on Errol Spence Jr. How do you see that one going down? Because you shared the ring with Danny.
Yeah. I sparred with Spence twice as well, many years ago, 7 years ago. So I think that Spence will be too strong. I think that Spence will be too smart. I know he's basically, it all depends. If he's back from the way he was before, I think that he wins very easy. But if the car crash did slow him down, then it could be a hard fight. But I can only see a Spence win, because to me, the only man that could beat Spence is Crawford. So I just think until those guys fight, the top two guys, I think them guys will not lose to no one but each other. So I think that Spence will win. I think Spence will win.
Good stuff. And in regards to your fight as well, live on Channel 5, next Friday, what kind of fight do you expect?
Well, from what I hear, from what Sam is saying, he just comes at you. He wants to try to stop me. So, you know what I mean? It's gonna be a good fight. And until I'm in the ring, I won't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's what I've said to some other guys, same thing I was saying to my coach. He asked me how I feel. Some days I feel good, some days I feel bad. So I think it all depends how I feel on the night and how I am in the ring with Sam. You know what I mean? If Sam is too strong, if Sam is too big, you never ever know. So but if he's not, then I'm going there to win. I believe I can win, but until you're in the ring, you don't know. So but I think it'll be a very good fight, because what I'm saying, I want to win here. I haven't fought here for 8.5 years. So I want to win. I want to put in a good performance. So we'll just see how it goes, innit? But Sam's coming at you, so it can only be one way. I'm going to have to fight. I've got no options but to fight. So it'll be interesting. It'll be a very good fight.
So if you're going to send the link over to Floyd Mayweather as well, for him to have a look.
Well, I know a lot of the guys in the gym know I'm going to fight. So Floyd will know. He will know if I win or lose on the night. I mean, he might watch. He might. No, you never know. It depends what he's doing. But the guys over there will definitely hope that I win. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Good stuff. Just wanted your thoughts over what's been happening over the last sort of few days, to be fair, with the whole controversy about Daniel Dubois.
Okay.
Me personally, I think some of it is unjust. I think, calling, but that's just my opinion. As a fighter, how do you see it, Ashley? Being in the ring?
I don't think that he quit. I don't think that Dubois quit. His eye was bad. We don't know the pain that he was going through. And why should he go blind for a fight? Like, if he was going through pain or whatever it was, he took a knee, and he can come back. He's still young. We're not like 20 years ago where guys were willing to die in the ring. Like, if he had died in the ring now, then everyone would be like, oh, like, why didn't the referee stop it? Why didn't these guys stop it? So I would prefer these younger guys to be more safe. Like, if shit gets too hard or whatever, I'd like to say, yeah, I'm out. Because I would prefer a guy to quit, as they say, than to die in the ring. So you know what I mean? Like, Dubois is very young, and I think he can come back. And it is what it is, man. Like, sometimes you just you got to have thick skin in this sport and just do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, as long as you're proud of yourself and you care about what you have done, like if I had cared what folks thought of me, I never would have been British champion. I never would have went over to Floyd's. I never would have done so many things. So at the end of the day, in this sport, you have to just care about what you think. That's why I always say I box for me and me only, because I have to go bed at night and I have to feel proud of myself. So it is what it is.
Great message. Great message. Yeah. Ashley, look, all the best from the boxing.
All right.
We will definitely be watching next Friday.
All right, man.
Again, Merry Christmas, mate.
Same to you. Okay.
So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.